Did you know hundreds of thousands of sea turtles are tangled in debris each year?
Did you know the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is said to be twice the size of the state of Texas?
My name is Satyansh.
My name is Mudassir. We decided to research the Great Pacific Garbage Patch because we were concerned about the effects of this disastrous problem. We were also surprised at how much we were affecting the patch and how badly it was affecting us. We also wanted to learn the different ways groups are cleaning this mess up. So, there are actually two pieces of this patch, one that is closer to Japan and one that is in between Hawaii and California. It is estimated that 90% of all the trash that is in the ocean lies in this patch.
So this is probably what you all think the Great Pacific Garbage Patch looks like. The truth is that it's actually nothing like that. The garbage patch is actually made of a lot but very small debris, so small that it cannot be seen by a satellite. Plastics that are not always seen to the naked eye are called microplastics. It is estimated that every square mile of the ocean contains 46,000 pieces of plastic. The majority of this plastic are microplastics. Even though you cannot see a huge island of trash, you can tell by looking at the quality of the water. It is described to be a cloudy soup. Or you could tell by the increase of some larger debris such as light bulbs, bottles, cans, toys, shoes, and etc.
So, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch was first discovered by Charles Moore. Moore first discovered the garbage patch when he crossed the Pacific in 1997 after competing in the Trans-Pacific Yacht Race. When he interviewed about what he saw, he said, "The signs of human civilization are everywhere in the ocean." He went back in 2003 with supplies to analyze the ocean, and what he found was estimated to be 3 million tons of debris. Since then, he has been helping to clean up the ocean. So, there are some theories to when it started forming. Some say it started during the period of World War II, but no one is sure.
So how does the garbage patch stay together? A gyre is a circular rotation of water within a basin that is driven by the wind. There are 3 different cells of winds that blow across each hemisphere of the Earth. In the northern hemisphere, wind blows from the east to west at the equator, pushing surface water to the northwest. As it rises and makes its way to about 30 degrees latitude, the wind shifts direction and blows from west to east, changing the path of the surface water turned back down towards the southeast. This pattern results in a slow clockwise rotation of water across the entire Pacific Ocean. So when the garbage enters the gyre, it slowly moves towards the center of it. The currents keep the trash together without letting it escape. The reason why all the trash doesn't go to the middle can be explained by the Coriolis effect. Surprisingly, the same thing happens in all 5 of the gyres found in the globe.
All the floating plastic in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch inspired National Geographic emerging explorer David de Rothschild and his team at Adventure Ecology to create a large catamaran made of plastic bottles, the plastiki. The sturdiness of the plastiki displayed the strength and durability of plastic, the creative ways that they can be repurposed, and the threat that they pose to the environment when they don't decompose. In 2010, the crew successfully navigated the plastiki from San Francisco, California to Sydney, Australia.
You're probably thinking, why don't we just clean this all up? Well, we produce 200 billion pounds of plastic each year, and 85% of that plastic ends up in the garbage patch. And the thing about plastic is that it will always be there. It will never go away completely. It will never biodegrade. Instead, it will photodegrade, meaning the plastic will break into smaller and smaller pieces due to the sun's light. The plastic produced by photodegradation are called nurdles. Nurdles soak up plastic chemicals which make them toxic. PAHs, DDTs, and PCBs are some of the toxic material they absorb. This plastic pollution causes at least $13 billion worth of damage annually. These same plastics affect the marine animals. The animals eat the plastic, mistaking it for food, and they fill up their stomach with plastic, which kills them. The trash also blocks sunlight from entering the ocean, and the plankton don't get enough sunlight to grow, and they die off. When the plankton die off, other animals that eat plankton won't have food. Since they won't have food, they will die off too. So this basically affects the whole food chain. 16 marine animals have been extinct since 1972. And don't think this doesn't affect humans. You never know when a fish you could eat could have a microscopic piece of plastic full of toxic waste. That basically means we are eating our own plastic. We throw plastic in the ocean, the fish eat it, and then we eat the fish. But with an increase in the human population, it is estimated that 100 tons of trash will be in our oceans by 2050. So there are actually many people and groups working to fix this problem. But the person we want to focus on is Boy and Slat. So Boy and Slat created this idea to collect plastics in the ocean. His plan is to use the currents of the ocean to collect the trash. They are making these long barriers that float on the surface of the ocean. They estimate that a 100-kilometer array used for 10 years will remove half the trash.
Many individuals and international organizations, however, are dedicated to preventing the patch from growing. Many expeditions have traveled throughout the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Charles Moore, who discovered the patch in 1997, continues to raise awareness throughout his own environmental organization, the Algalita Marine Research Foundation. During a 2014 expedition, Moore and his teams used aerial drones to assess from above the extent of the trash below. The drones determined that there's 100 times more plastic by weight than previously measured. The teams also discovered more permanent plastic features or islands, some over 15 meters in length. We need to do our part in helping our world. We need to throw our trash away instead of dumping it in the ocean. We need to reduce, reuse, and recycle what we use.
Even though we may not realize it, this problem is very big. We need to do our part in fixing it before it's too late.